Hello, 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 and welcome, my Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your Path of True Love reading for April 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mel for short, president of Jarring the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and very happy to be here, as well as son of a Cancerian mother. So very much loving my Cancerians across the board, no matter who you are, no matter where you are. May you be doubly blessed. This is your Path of True Love reading, as I said, for 2020. A little twist on it this time. This is about how to be your own soulmate. How to be your own soulmate. How to be the mate of your own soul. So that you can be a soulmate for somebody else, right? Because if you can't be a soulmate for yourself, how the hell are you going to be a soulmate for anybody else? Can I get an amen? Little change on the RuPaul thing there, but I think you're feeling what I'm putting out there. Please keep in mind this is a general reading. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and check your other signs. I'm trying to keep them under an hour, like 40, 45 minutes, maybe 30 if I can swing it, depending on how the cards fall, how much needs to be explained, what the guidance and grace is that flows through me. I said my prayers. I actually just did a super chat this morning. I do an 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. while we're going through this interesting healing time on planet Earth. And since the moon is in Cancer when I'm doing this, I'm really glad to be doing this. I literally just did the super chat. We fleshed my face, and I'm back here at it at the dining room table. Cool. So remember to breathe as you go. This way we're all in the present moment as we're doing this as much as we can be, without the mind drifting off for too many distractions, so that I can bring through the guidance and grace necessary for you all on the path of true love, which is your healing path, your hero's journey, your spiritual path, through your relationships, becoming true love as you go, because that is the truth of who we are, but the path kind of sands us down, removes the excess so that we can really be who we truly are without any emotional baggage, pain, suffering, or otherwise, although we often must suffer to learn, but we will save that for the twin flame reads, won't we? That being said, just take a deep breath. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Here we go. We're going to start with the Caroline Mace archetypes, just one card. All the decks that I read are in the description box below, all the way at the bottom. If you want to check them out, there's some other cool links in there as well as an explanation of this reading, but there you have it. Virgo that I am. Here we go. Breathe. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card, an archetype card for the dominant archetype for this Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for April 2020. What is the dominant archetype that they need to embrace within themselves? The lead or the gold, to alchemize the lead to gold through their own healing processes, as well as their own gold itself to kind of put forth into the world, to love and embrace within themselves, that they may love themselves deeper, longer, harder, faster, and for the well-being of all. My collective pantheons, please, one card. What is the perfect archetype for the Cancerian collective, April 2020? And we've got the alchemist archetype. Speaking of lead to gold, shadow to light, pain to peace, the shadow attribute of the alchemist, misuse of the power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. I've seen a lot of law of attraction abuse. Thankfully, it doesn't usually work, all right? Just saying. Or perhaps casting? Casting, anyone? And I don't mean sensual casting. I mean hexing. Look, I'm going to tell you, I've done more blessing people out of my life that has kind of thrown some sticks between their legs, sabotage, a shoe in the machine, as it were, through blessing them. Particularly if someone's being toxic, don't bother hexing them. They're already doing that for themselves. When you can bless them and surround them with the love that they need from the divine. Boom. The light attribute. Transformation of base motives, lead, and goals into golden wisdom. In other words, the motives that may not be the highest and best for us, being able to learn through those, grow through those, alchemizing them into gold and wisdom, because wisdom only comes through experience. I'm a witch. I should know. Witch means wise person. Don't it just? And the only way to get wisdom is to put it into practice, all that you learn. So certainly you have to sometimes abuse your power to learn how to use your power. Let's talk to the angels, shall we? The Healing with the Angels Oracle Doreen Virtues deck. Let's take a few deep breaths on this one. Oh, one more. My angels, please, one card in clarity for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for April 2020. Keeping in mind we've got the alchemist archetype there, quite the soul power, a member of both the divine family and the wisdom family. Please, what is something that they need to see, that they need to be aware of, that they need to embrace within themselves, or the healing angel to help them do that, to be the mate of their own soul? Please, my angels, one card in clarity. Almost had it. Almost had it. No, that's two. Almost had it. Please send it around. My angels, please. There we go. The angel of truth and integrity. Now, truth is hard enough. Integrity is harder. Integrity is about wholeness. It is about honor. It is about truth, right? Well, the tricky thing about truth is that we don't often see what truth is until later, right? So the best we can do sometimes, particularly in a process of alchemy where we are embracing our own lead, our own toxicity, and lifting it into gold, forgiveness, healing, etc., walking the spiritual path, is to apply the light of truth. But there's truth and what's true. What's true is that I'm sitting at my dining room table, reading cards, talking to a camera, reading the collective Cancerian Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Truth is that there's only one light, and there's only one of us, and that's why I can do this, because there's only one of us in total, and really this world is a hologram. Gem and the holograms. So once you start really alchemizing with truth, releasing what is false, shadow into light, illusion into truth, then integrity, it's not that you have to gain integrity, but your integrity, which is already within you, the integrity of your soul, which you are learning to mate with, or be the mate of your soul, that becomes revealed. So think of an egg without a crack in it, right? This is a selenite ball. There isn't a crack in it, so it is in its full integrity. So this is about your own inherent wholeness, which is your true self, your higher self, your soul, call it what you want. So to have that in the process of alchemy, to really raise your vibration, do the forgiveness work, do the healing, in order to be more gold than lead. Lead is an insulator, energy can't penetrate it. Gold is a conductor, energy goes through it rather well. That's why our devices are often so expensive, because they have gold connectors in them. I didn't know that until my tech friend explained it to me. Not a Cancerian, though. So let's move on. We're going to use the Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the element spread. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit. The voices of the gods and the goddesses. I would have brought in the Mythic Tarot to do the voice of the gods. Usually this is just the voice of the goddesses. But I didn't, in order to keep these brief. Everybody's on the internet, and it's taken a really long time to upload stuff to YouTube. And that's not YouTube's fault. That's just a bandwidth issue. Because like kids are, taking their classes on school, and the parents are working from home. So it's just better to keep these somewhat more brief, but I want to get you as much info as I can in the most accurate, clear, and not overwhelming way, right? Another 10 cards of this would have made it too long and probably a bit cumbersome. So let's ask the deities, my gods and goddesses sacred, shall we? Breathe. My gods and my goddesses sacred, please, wrong reading. My gods and goddesses sacred, they know. Please, top 5 cards, element spread for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, fire. What do they want? Earth. What do they have? Air. What do they think? Water. What do they feel? Spirit. What is the message or the point of view of their soul with which they already are, but in the process of being aware of being mated with, for the path of true love for them. April 2020, please, so that they can be their own soulmate, the mate of their own soul. Thank you, my gods and my goddesses Sacred, nice, clear, clean cut, please. A maiden, a mother, corona. Thank you very much. And I'm going to put these on their selenite holster. By the way, you'll see it in the picture when I pop it up at the end. I did this thing for Cancer Moon, as I said on Super Chat earlier today. Selenite all over the table. You'll see it. Element of fire. What is it that you desire in terms of becoming your own soulmate? The Ace of Cups, happiness. So you've got water and fire. This is a good thing. That if you can just really I just want that seed of happiness. I want to catch a whiff of it. And I can nurture that within myself. It's not against the law to be happy. It's not against the law to want to be happy, no matter what's going on. And by the way, your happiness is a blessing upon all of life. It may very well be that raise in vibration, bumping it up even just like one notch, that shifts the quantum field for everyone so that more inspiration comes through, more genius ideas, more healing, or maybe someone gets the intuition to not go somewhere where something would happen that would not be for their own good or the well-being of all. You know what I'm saying? So the Ace of Cups, like any ace, is a potential. It's what you do with it. And in the element of fire, we're talking about it's okay for you. Your soul wants you to be happy. Because when you are happy, your immune system functions better. You're more open and receptive, and you're certainly not blaming anyone. And it's often when we are in a place of happiness and well-being that more blessings show up, right? So keep that in mind. It is okay to want what you want. So if you have been moody, emotional, empathic, you're Cancerian moon, Cancer moon when I'm doing this, I get it. It's okay to want to be happy. It's okay to want a new emotional cycle, a new beginning. We all do. What's the element of earth to help you get that element of fire there? Well, you have got the coyote. Look, it may not appear it, but everything is working out for you. The coyote is the trickster. Half of the devil card in this deck, the other one is the deck of oppression. We'll see if it comes up. It's only 5 cards. Chances of it doing so are not terribly high. But I will say the thing about the coyote woman, she teaches you through tricks. Now, what if what's going on planet Earth right now is just a big old trick by the gods and the goddesses, the angels, the guides, the masters, all of them, so that we really get that we are all one. Not just that we're interconnected, that we are all one. That life is precious. And that our own personal needs, though nothing wrong with wanting what you want, need to be in balance. Not M-I-M-I-N, in balance. Balance, in balance. Need to be happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And that, keep an eye on your own self-sabotage. Just heard this from Deepak Chopra and Oprah Winfrey today. Hope without belief is what false hope is. So you may be hoping for something very much, this new happiness, but are you shooting yourself at the foot? Remember, happiness comes, Course in Miracles they just gave me. Happiness is a decision I must make. Got to make the decision, no, I'm going to be happy. Start with gratitude. You know what? Grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for at least what I have. There is a gift, and that's what I really think is what the coyote is about. Now, every pantheon has a trickster god. Even the Ascended Masters have Saint Germain. He's a trickster master. Trickster master. Sounds like something in your kitchen. Anyway, that really, we are being tricked into our own highest evolution, and it's often through tragedy, times of challenge that we do so. Name one hero that you can think of that didn't go through hardship. So to look for the gift, or at least be aware there is a gift, even if you don't know what it is going through this, that really can give you that new beginning of happiness. Not saying that you need to be turning cartwheels, but am saying that you can start nurturing that happiness within your own heart and understand that maybe that's why we're all being isolated, the majority of us being isolated in this way, so that we will introspect and find that seed of the soul. That is always happy, the core of who we are, the higher self, whatever you want to call it. Let's look at your element of air. What's going on in terms of what you're thinking? Well, there's the moon card, your second major arcana card, but also your sign. I mean, come on, you're Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign ruled by the moon. So we're looking at emotional intelligence here. We're looking about thinking about your intuition, thinking about your emotions, though things may seem clearly. It doesn't surprise me that what you want in the element of fire is the Ace of Cups, the happiness, the seed of water. Well, fire needs air, and in the position of air, you've got the major emotional card in this deck, the one of the moon, Yemaya, right? To know that the full moon, which is actually coming up next week, once I'm done with these Path of True Love readings, I'm going to do the What Do We Need reads for full moon to new moon next. Waning moon should be interesting. But to really think about your emotions, think about your intuition, think about your guidance, contemplate, meditate, but do so in terms of your own emotional field, your element of water. Let's look at your element of water, because that should be indicative considering we have such a strong focus of water in this element spread. And there we have the Virgo card. Now, being a Virgo, I could talk about this card forever. I'll spare you. But certainly if you have any planets in Virgo, you might want to have a look at what's going on with them astrologically. Just saying. Perhaps there is a Virgo person in your life or someone acting like a Virgo that might be mixed in with your emotions right now. But I think another way of looking at this is Virgo is 6th house, occupation and health. Occupation, not just what you're doing for a living to make money. That's where people usually leave the definition. But what are you occupied with? Are you occupied with your spirituality, with your intuition, with feeling things intuitively rather than purely being logical about things? Are your emotions in check, or are you mood swinging all over the place? Understand what you are occupied with affects your health. I've been saying this for decades. Crackheads are occupied by crack. How's that affecting their health, right? What are you occupied with? Now, if you are sheltering in place, as so many of us are, perfect opportunity to get occupied with your spirituality, your emotional healing, your mental healing, your physical healing. If you can, go watch the super chat that I did this morning. Today is, today's the 31st. About mothering yourself, right? Very much Cancerians are the mother of the universe, so maybe this is indicating an occupation about occupying yourself with your emotions, and as a result healing them, feeling them in order to heal them. But with Virgos, we are very, very much practical about it, and understand it's not just a service to yourself, it's a service to all of life, considering the quantum. When you heal your heart and your emotions, all hearts heal. All emotions heal a little bit at a time, right? Drop by drop into an ocean, it's all getting healed, purified through all the fire we're going through the conflict of this world, right? I've cried a lot lately, but that's empathy for you. And keep in mind, if you are considered divine feminine, first wave, energy sensitive, an empath, you're not just feeling your own feelings. Perhaps you are being a filter. Virgo is very much sand, which was our original filters on planet Earth. We ran water through sand to, get rid of the crocodile crap out of the water. Crocodiles are in water, alligators are on land, I think. I don't remember. That being said, let's move into your element of spirit, the point of view or a message from your soul, which is the 9 of Flames, the Wanderer. Now, if you think briefly of the Rider-Waite deck, because they just flashed it in my head, the dude, with the wands like this, the bandage, you can tell he's been through hell, but he's not quite at the 10. He's been on his journey, but he wants that fulfillment of the 10 of Flames, which this woman, the Wanderer with her cart here, pulling it along, wandering and wondering what's over that next hill where the sun can't tell if it's rising or setting, but that might be where that 10th wand is. So remember, not all who wander are lost. In this deck, they're called flames, not wands. So that could very much be about really focusing on, since I can't really go anywhere, the soul is saying, well, fulfillment's not that far away. And remember, the Path of True Love readings are certainly about your relationships, but this is primarily about, I feel, your relationship with yourself. Yes, there is this Virgo card indicated here emotionally, but that can be about being occupied with your own emotions, therefore healing them. And remember, in the quantum, what one of us heals, all of us heals, but gradually, not all at once. Otherwise, this world would have been drastically different thousands of years ago. Hey, it's all in process. Right. Here, let's just do those like that. Make a little more room here. We've got 3 more cards down. There are only 10 total in this spread. Right, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, just checking. Math was never my strong suit, though I can count. Let's ask the Ascended Masters through the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. Actually, the next deck will be the voices of the Ascended Masters, too. I've been calling on them a lot. They know exactly what's going down and exactly how to deal with it because they've been through this before. Timelines. Dimensions. My Ascended Masters, please. There are 4 suits in this deck, as you know. The suit of the problem, the suit of the luck, the suit of the grace, and the suit of the healing, please. 1 card in clarity for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What's going on for them on the path of true love, considering we've got a real opportunity for healing here with truth and integrity and alchemy and the soul saying keep going, you're not quite all the way there yet. So what is the piece of luck, the piece of healing, the piece of grace, or a piece of the problem that they can be aware of on the path of true love to help them mate their own soul, be their own soul mate? Tenderness. Where is it? What is that? What band was that? Tenderness. General Public, I think. General Major. Private Public. Tenderness. To be tender with yourself. What does tenderness mean? It's not... It's about gentleness. It's about sweetness. It's about compassion. It's about being gentle with yourself. Now, like I said this morning, I did that super chat about mothering yourself and the inner child. Nurture yourself. Be tender with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. That the emotional healing we are all going through, for those who are going along with it, for those who aren't, who are repressing and binging and denying and bypassing, well, bless their souls, they're going to need it. It may come down to the emotional empaths, the energetic sensitives, the divine feminines who can't help but feel what we're feeling. I'm right there with you. To remember that is a luck card, to be tender with yourself, to not be brutal. Right? What's the opposite of tender? Rough. So be tender with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. Sleep when you need to sleep. Eat when you need to eat. Stretch when you need to stretch. But not to excess, not in a harsh way. Maybe that's the opposite of tender, is harsh. And, you know, we can be really harsh with ourselves and gentle with others. Be gentle with yourself. We're all one. We're all in this together. Let's get you a healing mantra card from the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. One side of the card is the name of the mantra, so I can look at you teeny tiny old bookie book, which has more information in it. The other side, the mantra itself. Otherwise, there's nothing else written on these cards but the name of the mantra and the mantra itself. And there's too much to memorize in that. So let's ask the masters, what's your perfect healing mantra, Cancerians? Breathe. My Ascended Masters, please, 1 card in clarity, the perfect healing mantra for this Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for April 2020, so that they can be their own soulmate, so that they can help themselves heal, right? That they can heal their hearts, therefore contribute to the healing of all of life, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So please, my Ascended Masters, what is the perfect mantra for this Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? April 2020. Allowing appreciation. Now remember what I said about your first card down here in terms of happiness? It's okay to be happy. That if you've ever heard of Abraham Hicks, while you're on YouTube, before you click off today, put the Abraham-Hicks and Rampage of Appreciation. It's a good exercise to do. They call it a game. I call it a process. I'm a Virgo. The mantra, the value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. Now, if the word appreciation doesn't work for you, I often say to people, turn to the word praise, that you could praise something. It's a combination of the word prayer and raise. Go watch the thing I did about praise, gratitude, and love on Super Chat as well, if you want more info on all of that, working with the Ashaya monks as I did for years. But the other thing is a word you're probably familiar with. Like. Oh, I like that. Click. I like that. Click. I like that. Click. It's too easy to focus on what we don't like in times like this. Even doing it silently, allowing appreciation. The value of my life increases. The value of my life increases every time I appreciate everything in it. Let me read you what it says in the book. When appreciation is allowed, everything is seen as a gift for the evolution of your soul. Because it is, but when we get to that vibrational level, that POV, that sacred point of view, we are seeing through the eyes of the soul that way, right? When appreciation is allowed, so you just have to allow yourself to appreciate, everything is seen as a gift for the evolution of your soul. The more often you appreciate, the greater value you feel within your own life. It's very true. While there is true worth in uncovering your life's purpose, most life's purpose, occupation, and health in that Virgo card, most feelings of discontent are not caused by what you do or don't do. They are created simply by the lack of perceived value in your environment. Instead of waiting for things to get better before you allow appreciation, you must be willing to acknowledge the value in all things. This will awaken the feelings of elation that are always alive within you, which is really pointing to this Ace of Cups that you want. It's already within you, but you have to feed it emotional thoughts of appreciation. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate this person. I appreciate this song. Even if, you don't have to be annoying about it and like write it in 10-foot high letters all over the walls, but just even make that a fun, if you don't want to call it a spiritual practice or a process, well, that Virgo card there, it really is saying, bring in a practice or a process. Occupy yourself with that. It's going to make a difference in you feeling that elation. And what a wonderful way to mate with your own soul. This mantra is ideal for increasing worthiness, always a good idea, decreasing feelings of scarcity, hello, and raising your vibration. Now, when you raise your vibration, you're more resilient. You heal faster emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. So worth your while to do so. But we have one more card left. One more card left, and I saved it for last because it is, in a way, the soul itself, or at least the higher self. The higher self, the soul, you can theologize that for years and never get anywhere, right? Talk about a mental, theoretical treadmill. But this deck, the Whispers of Love, which I absolutely adore, I use for the voices of the higher selves. So let's see what your higher self says about where you are on the path, becoming your own soulmate, loving yourself, etc. Nice deep breath. Oh, the higher selves of all involved, please, one card in clarity for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. On the path of true love for April 2020, please, what is your whisper of love for them? They kind of want that love that only they can give themselves, but they need a little guidance, a little grace, a little higher self in their face. So please, what's one card? What is your whisper of love for the Cancerian collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, April 2020. Appreciate this moment. Which work? You got allowing, appreciation, and appreciate this moment. Appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. Well, there you have it. I mean, do you need it spelled out for you? It is literally spelled out for you. But to help you process this, we're going to pop up the picture in an overview, and we will see what else emerges. Shall we? Ground and center. Breathe. Magic clap. Because we're starting you with the alchemist archetype. Interesting in the shadow. Misuse of the power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. And here we're being shown the practice of appreciation in a systemic way, not just in the mantra and the whisper of love from the higher self, but also in that Virgo thing, which is often about occupation. So to occupy yourself with appreciation will bring you out of that shadow and into the light. Transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. In other words, it's going to give you an experience where you're going to see even your base motives and goals have served you, that you haven't done anything wrong, but it's also going to bring you into what say the angels, truth and integrity. The truth that you are doing the best that you can, that You are a soul incarnate, and you are really learning how to love yourself and be in your what? Your integrity, your wholeness, your honor, your ability to love every piece back into the whole, what's called holy, H-O-L-Y, integration into the whole, W-H-O-L-E. And of course, it would make sense then. What you really want with that Ace of Cups in the position of fire is happiness, that internal happiness. But as I said, Course in Miracles says point blank, happiness is a decision I must make. And by the way, you can't blame yourself or anyone else and be happy. It is blame that causes unhappiness, and that's projecting the issues and the problems beyond where you can do anything about them. Particularly when you are blaming yourself, you've weighed yourself down. So rather than blame, appreciate that this is a path that you are on. And every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love, particularly grow and find love within yourself. But do understand what you have in the element of earth to help you get that fire, what you want with that Ace of Cups, is the coyote woman, is the trickster, that perhaps you have been down a rough and rocky road, one where that seems impossible to appreciate. But if you put your, not just your mind to it, because there in the position of air, the mind, you've got Yemaya, the moon, that you are able to tune yourself to that emotional tide of happiness and see that everything that has ever happened for you, indeed everything that's happening for everybody, even now in this time of global crises, is actually helping us to learn, to grow, to become the best that we can be, to evolve. So happiness can be yours, because happiness is a state of being already within you, but perhaps with that card of the moon, your mind is cloudy about it. This process of appreciation will help part those clouds and help you zero in, because what are we seeing in the emotional world here in your element of water? We've got the Virgo card, very much about sifting, sorting, accounting, right? The detail of it. So the details may be having more of an influence on your emotions than you realize. So why not use this process of appreciating, to allow yourself to appreciate in the moment? That will certainly make some more room and some clarity and raise your vibration for that Ace of Cups to rise from within you with the message of the soul, the Nine of Flames. You may be wandering, but you are not lost. There is guidance, there is grace, particularly with that card of the moon, so strongly about intuition. You are a Cancerian. This is a water sign. But also with that in your water position, Virgo, that is very visceral. That is gut guidance as well, as the intestines rule the sign of Virgo. With the Whisper of Love card here, Whisper of Love, the Love Pack card here, Words of the Ascended Masters, the card of tenderness, a luck card, that there is great luck here for you by being gentle and tender, not so harsh with yourself. Even if you have self-sabotaged, tricked yourself, been tricked, or tricked others with this coyote woman in the element of earth, know that it is all for your betterment, your growth, and your evolution, particularly with the mantra, and I would recommend repeating this mantra on the regular. The value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. Appreciate your coffee, the coffee mug, appreciate the water, appreciate the heat in your house, appreciate everything, the colors of the walls, the birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, the sky up above, and this thing called love, because your last card down, the whispers of love from your higher self, appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love, even this very tumultuous, trying, transformative time we are on planet Earth. Kind of a quickie, but it was a goodie. My Cancerians, may you be blessed with all that you need on the path of true love for April 2020, to grow, to heal, to learn, to appreciate, to become, to follow your guidance and grace with truth and integrity, to alchemize your legible and gold, and to mate with your soul for your well-being and the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and feel free to comment in the comment section below. I'd like to hear your take on it too for my Cancerians, because I love and adore you all, my crablets. Be tender and gentle with yourself, but for now, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of the path of true love for April 2020. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.